Actually, the story begins 4 months back, right? When I was volunteering for the one of the 12th grade school, I went for a small volunteer work. Grade 12 को लागि म volunteer काम गर्न गएको थिएँ, हैन? And then I asked students to fill in the blanks. So we had a small play. So I want today to start my talk with those plays. Are you guys ready? Sure? Okay, let's fill in the blanks. I'm going to say the first name of the famous scientist, and I request you to start with the second name. Are you ready? Okay, that's good. Albert? Oh, wow. That's really good. Sir Isaac? Oh, okay. And what about Stephen? Okay, we know him very well. What about Galileo? Oh, very nice. I'm really glad. Thomas? Sorry? Yeah. And what about Mary? Uh-huh. And what about... Yeah, Lovelace. Okay. What about Catherine? Don't say. Sorry, it was not like that. What about Valentina? Yes, I got only one voice. Oh. And what about Santi? Okay. Santi Malla, the first engineer, female engineer of Nepal. She was a civil engineer. So, do you guys realize where we hit the bump? Yes, it was, I think, after Madame Curie, right? I got only 2 or 3 answers. So, what are the causes? So, I resonate this thing with simply 2. There are really few women in STEAM. And the next one is, though we have done a lot of work, we are not being recognized. I'm so sorry to hear about it. But the same data is surveyed by UNESCO when in 2020, where they found that 7.8% of women are engaged in research in STEAM, and only 4% is engaged in engineering background. So it's a very bad situation over here. Not only here, globally we talk, it's the same thing. So why women in STEAM are so less? Why? I was thinking that, and I can resonate this, some of the root cause I can resonate with my own life. So let's start. Let's talk about our childhood, how we were brought up. So as a girl, I was told story of Cinderella, Snow White, Rapunzel, which signify me as a woman, just a word of elegance, attraction, beauty, right? And in other hand, my brother, I would say, yeah, Popeye the Sailor Man, and Bob the Builder, and Handy Nanny. So that signifies that boys were more creative. They have more idea. They can sail a boat. But can't women sail a boat? Can't we have can we be the fine builders like Bob the Builders or some Ram the Builders or something like that? We can. But our childhood has taught the same thing. We grew up, and I was the one I grew up with the same stories, right? So let's go back to the toys. I love play with toys. Okay, but I don't like playing with Barbies. I don't like playing with soft toys. I don't like playing with Harakuri. So, are Legos, cars, robots only for boys, not for me? So, I know it's a very small thing, but it has impacted me as a child deep down. So, can't we think about it? Is it the risk taking thing only is for boys, not for girls, not for women like us? Let's find out. What about the sports we play? I love being a goalkeeper. You can tell it from my weight. I love playing karate, and yeah, I love playing basketball too. So doing physical stuff was only for men while I was brought up. Not only my generation, I think before us also it was the same situation, right? So that's are doing physical thing, are being only taking risks, only the boys' activities, not for us. I don't know. Let's find out. Then I came to in the search of study. What should I study? The field of my education. I was searching what should I study, what should I go for it, whether I just should take bio, whether I should. But I'm very bad at bio. I know that. But but as Sir Isaac Newton was very much, you know, since he discovered F equals to ma, which returns into F equals to mg, gravity. So after that, I came to gravity that it was very fascinating me. And seeing the aircrafts that fly against the gravity, it helped me to pursue to take math and physics in my +2 section. And for engineering, I took an aerospace engineer. I know it was tough. Finding college in Nepal, it was really tough. At that time, there was no any institute which provide me such a background from what is aeronautical engineering or what do you say, what is an aerospace engineering. It was very tough for me. Then there was no role model for me to whom I go and look up to. There were no any education, as I said previously, there was no any education institute which provide me or which guide me through the technical trainings that I have to study this. There was no any institute in Nepal at that time. So my dad, he helped me out with to choose my field as an aerospace engineer. So he helped me a lot in my after my +2 to come up with aeronautical, where he knew that I was fascinated by airplanes, the trucks, the mobiles, everything. I was fascinated by. So he helped me to pursue my aeronautical degree over there. So I was shocked when I entered into my undergrad at India. So I was only no, I'd say in undergrad I was a 2 woman over there. So I came to know that why women they don't choose the field of engineering when I went to the 3rd semester, because I need to play with the engine. I had to pick up a word, do a heavy lift over there, and I have to take a lot of time with the boys working in the workshop. So these were the criteria. I'm not sure, but I think that our society restrict us, our parents restrict us to pursue. So I'm a student, a woman in STEAM, and I'm a minority. I know that. Making dirty hands is not an easy job. I know that. And yeah, after completion of my undergrad, I went for my master degree, where I can resonate this Madame Curie photo along with me. I was the only woman in aerospace engineering. I was again shocked. Why? Why it is so? being an IIT, the prestigious institute where I went and took my master degree, there was also the gender. You can see there was no any Indian girl over there. I was only one from Nepal who went there and we did a master degree. I was shocked. Then I resonate Nepal and India. They have the same culture. They have the same stereotype. They know where to restrict. Taking risk is not a woman job. So these are the culture that we are brought up with. So I think that's why there were less women, and especially in STEM and especially in aeronautical. Then after completion of my master, again the run was there to search for a job in Nepal, right? There was no vacancy. For an engineer to get a job was hard, but for my subject to get a job, it was more difficult for me because there was no vacancy at all. I work in Nepal Airlines Corporation as a volunteer with zero pay after completion of my degree. So it was tough. And my mom, before I went to pursue my degree, she said me, "You can't do it. No, there is. If you do complete it also, there is a no job vacancy in Nepal." So that resonated me while searching for a job in Nepal. So it was really tough time. So, but my mom allowed me to pursue seeing how good I was in science, technical engineering, and mathematics. So allow me to pursue my degree. So allow me to be happy. But does all mom allow their children? Are they terrified that after completion of the degree, she or he won't be able to get a job in the context of Nepal? So I knew I was a minority over there. So I can resonate that I was a minority. Getting job was hard to get. And after that, I was lucky enough after 18 years, NSC has announced the vacancy of seeking for my degree. And I think girl, she was only one, means I was only one appearing for that qualifying examination. And at that time, when I entered for the examination, it was very funny thing that the invigilator, he just cross-examined and said that, "Are you really here for the job?" And he cross-verified me, my identity, my position that I was taking, and the exam I was taking for. So that was kind of funny. He and I smiled, and I just went and we got a job over there. But after working over there, after 12 years, since I joined as a first aeronautical engineer in the organization, there were no vacancy for 12 years. And then there were vacancy, but no female participation was there. And after that, there was one lady, after 12 years of my working period over there, she joined the organization. And I can totally relate this 4% to that lady and see how the gap is there, how the women in STEM are really less. So what is the cause then? I went there, getting job was not easy. And doing it in the domination of male was also not easy. All the law, all the rules and regulations, all kind of activities, all kind of innovation, strategic planning, all was done by male. There were no, even, the board member, they were male. And still now, there are male. There is no any female board member in the organization I worked for. Okay? And then, see, then, so is the planning, making strategy, and giving a good idea, kind of innovation, consistency into policy making was just for a man? No, right? So where should I go and put my work? There was no any kind of, there was no any kind of woman cell. I can go through and put my ideas or tell my problem, what I am facing into that surrounding. There was no any woman cell over there. So though it was mandated by the government, there should be one woman cell organization in any of the government institute, but there was none. So there was no, so they had already been the barrier of mine to put my, to say, where should I put my problem? And the policymakers, they are aware all men. So where should I go and put, no, this guy have done this, or this team has done this. Where should I put my, there was nothing at all. So I was left alone. So woman was not encouraged. I think going back into the history, maybe due to maybe our society, maybe our parents know that, yeah, she will face those kind of restriction along her way. So that way, they were not encouraging us to pursue the field of STEAM. Isn't that right? I hope so. Right. So, yeah, after getting married, so what happened life after we get married? So I was lucky enough that my family is really understanding and then everything. But I have seen my friends who have discontinued their work and then their education after they get married because they cannot perceive a work-life balance. So our society expects us to earn money, to take care of the family, to do the job well, right? And to be a traditional agriculture daughter and daughter-in-law. So, for me, my job indicates a lot of abroad traveling, a risky test site, and then a lot of late nights meeting. So my family allow it. Does other daughter and daughter family allow their daughter and daughter-in-law to have those kind of environment? I don't know. No. So, is it a time to rethink about our upbringing? Me and as a child, I say it to you, though it was a small story, but it has, psychologically deep down affected me. So, I know the things are changing, but what about the people in Madhes? What about the people in Karnali? Can't they be like us? Are they not allowed to be like me, you? They are, right? They have their rights. So I think it's the high time that you give your driving seat to your daughter and let her drive you safely. Believe in them. Allow them to take a risk. Respect them. Allow them to pursue their dream. Please do not restrict by saying you can't do this, you can't do this. They are a risk taker. They are a working woman. They are a mother. They are as a sister. They are everything they want. And even they are an engineer who can represent whole the nation, right? Setting standards. Let's go into setting standards. So what our Constitution says? It says that it's mandatory to have 33% of women, right, involved in lawmaking, policy making, regulation making, all kind of things. But are we not restricting the number? Why not 20-50? This is equality, right, to get involved. Or more than 50, why not? It's the question to be raised this time. I'll tell you, I can give you 100%. Just give us mic, listen to us, perceive us, right? If they are not giving you mic, then just pull the mic and start speaking. If they are not listening to your voice, then just make a loudspeaker and start speaking. If they are not giving the seat for you to sit and speak your voice, just take your own seat and make the space and stay there and speak your voice. It's the right time to take the action, because we are missing a lot of innovations, ideas, thoughts. So we are missing more than 50%, or say equivalent to 50%, if we are not involving women in STEAM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So it's never late. Just start to do it. Thank you. I'm Suneera Regmi Poudel, an aerospace engineer, an instructor for Boeing 767, Boeing Airbus 320, 330. And thank you so much for listening.